Okay, so in this video we're going to have a look at another trigonometric identity similar to the previous one, except this time our two angles are added instead of subtracted. So in this case we've got cos of A plus B is equal to cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. Now this is a very short proof really, or short derivative. I'm not going to go through it in any great detail. It really involves doing the previous proof where you've got a minus in here. And remember from the previous video, the cos of A minus B, the cos of A minus B is going to be equal to the cos of A times the cos of B plus sine of A sine of B. So this is in the previous video I did the proof of this here, or the derivative of this particular trigonometric equation here. Now we're going to use this to prove this here. So let's do that. Now you can see here that we've got an A plus B here inside the bracket. So all I'm simply going to do here is change that to cos of A minus B instead of the B here, the plus B, I'm putting in a minus B here and changing the sign. So I've still got a plus B here if you like. A minus B is the same as A plus B. So, and I'm going to just substitute this minus B into this formula here. So really what I end up with here is the cos of A, the cos of the first angle here, which is still the cos of A, times the cos of B. In this case, B is the second angle here. My second angle here is minus B, plus the sine of A, which is still A, times the sine of B here, which is the second angle. My second angle here is minus B. Now, if I do at the right hand side here, you should remember really that the cos of minus B is the same as the cos of plus B, because remember, if you have your four quadrants here, this is quadrant 1, 2, 3 and 4. If you've got an angle here in quadrant 1, let's say B is here, minus B then is going to be down here. The cos of this angle here is positive, and remember that the cos in the fourth quadrant is also positive. So the cos of B here in the first quadrant is exactly the same as the cos of minus B. So we just simply end up with, here on this part here, we end up with the cos of A times the cos of B, because the cos of minus B is exactly the same as the cos of plus B. Now on this side, I'll just leave this sign here out. I'll leave the plus out for the moment. I'm just going to write in sine of A. Now we're going to look at the sine of minus B. Now if this is B here in the first quadrant, B here is in the first quadrant here, and this is minus B down here, sine of the sine of B here is going to be positive. The sine of minus B, remember, is going to be negative. So this here, the sine of minus B here is actually going to change the sign here. This is going to be negative, and here you just end up with the sine of B, because the sine of plus B is minus the sine of minus B. Okay, so that's really it. I mean, you've got here the cos of A minus B, which is A plus B, is equal to cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. Now, you may be asked in a question to prove this here, so you'd really want to probably go through the proof of this first here, this part here first, and then use this to do this section here.